Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe, and welcome to another trading orientated video. And this is just something I've got very strong opinions about, and I feel like it's something that should be addressed because as far as I'm aware, I don't think this has been covered before, and everyone has varying opinions on it, so I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. And this is going to be, do duped unusuals matter in Team Fortress 2? And does having a duped item in general have any real impact? So of course my opinions don't necessarily mean everything, so I'm going to be having a few people coming on this video just letting me know what they think about duped unusuals. I personally feel like duped unusuals don't matter. If you like the hat and effect enough, then you should go out of your way to buy it regardless of if it's duped or not. It makes no real aesthetic difference. However, with that being said, the whole aura around owning a duped unusual, especially when it gets towards higher tier items, does make it a little bit more difficult to trade, hence items that are duped being referred to as dirty as opposed to their clean counterparts. I personally also feel like in low tier trading it's really not too relevant at all, and if someone doesn't want to buy your 10 key unusual because it's duped, then you're probably better off finding someone else. Like, it only really becomes relevant when you get into items sort of 100 keys and upwards, I feel. Maybe a bit lower, but even then I don't feel as if it should. Because once again, if you find someone that wants the hat enough, and they like the hat enough, then you should just wait for that person to come along and buy it, because it will happen. So overall, in a nutshell, my opinion is that duped hats really shouldn't matter, and there's this whole negative aura around them when realistically, there's no real reason for that. The only issue is backpack.tf showing that there's multiple owners of an identical hat, and realistically, I mean, that doesn't matter unless you're a perfectionist and you don't want your hat to be duped or in someone else's backpack. Overall, I feel like if you like the hat and effect enough, then it shouldn't matter if the hat's duped or not. Another quick thing to note is that if a hat is priced on backpack.tf, it's only using sales from the clean version. This could lead people to believe that if your hat is duped, then the price isn't actually based around the duped one. The given price shown on backpack.tf for everyone who is interested in buying is based off of clean versions of the duped hat. So if you own a duped, let's say, burning federal casemaker, the price on backpack.tf is only shown for the sales of clean ones. So I mean, that aspect of it may make people disheartened when they go to buy your unusual, because they don't think they can achieve the price of a clean one with one that is dupe. But once again, that is just my personal opinion, and everyone is entitled to their own. So now I'm going to be featuring Travi and Woolen to give you their opinions.
Hey Joe, thanks for having me. And personally, I think that duped hats is an outdated thing. For what I heard, this is not what I know, this is what I heard, duped hats seem to exist because some people complained about hacking and that their hats got, well, stolen. So Valve gave them a dupe, and for some reason people were scared that they would get deleted. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It doesn't happen. I don't know if it ever happened, but the community just got scared that those dupes would get removed, and that's why the price was lower? I honestly don't know, but I think it's an outdated thing because Valve stopped caring about it, so why should we still care about it? I guess some traders just use it to get a decreased price on an item and possibly sell it away for a higher one. Either case, I think that a duped should not matter.
Alright, hello. I know plenty of people who want to just buy a hat to keep and wear, so a lot of the time I actually hear they just try to buy a duped one, knowing that it'll probably be cheaper, and when it comes to selling it, the price will probably have changed a bunch initially from what they paid anyway, so the fact that it's duped and probably worth a little bit less doesn't really matter in the long run. Like, your hat that you bought 2 years ago probably isn't worth exactly the same as it was when you bought it originally, so, you know, that's one point. There's another point, was in the past I've actually had plenty of duped unusuals myself. At one point I've had like a Hearts Reggae, Hearts Tyrolean, and I've had no real trouble selling them over the clean ones on Outpost, and it seems like most people are happy just to get offers and move hats around, regardless of if they're duped or not. It seems that the people who dislike dupes are just really loud about it, making it seem like more people care, where in fact it seems like a really small percentage of the population. I don't really think it matters that much in the end. If you're buying a hat to wear, selling it, getting it duped is amazing, because it means you're paying less for something that has literally no visual impact, and it feels like a bit of a free discount. And if you're trying to sell a large, say like 200, 250 key hat, and you get an offer of like 5 hats, I wouldn't really care if any of them or all of them are duped, because chances are selling 5 small hats will be a lot faster than selling the 200 key hat, regardless of if they're duped or not. The only time I'd find it interesting is if you're buying a rare hut like a No Mercy, but realistically, the duped ones tend to sell even faster because the cheaper price makes them a little bit more available. Like if I remember correctly, like a clean normal Ghosts No Mercy is like 650 keys, and you can get duped ones if you're a bit lucky for like 550, 600 keys. So the fact that they're cheaper, people just accept that that's their value, and it makes them a lot easier to sell and move around because people are just like, okay, dupe no, just knock 100 keys off and that's what it's worth. So you won't lose any money in the end because you'll pay the duped price and you'll sell it for the duped price, and it just makes it easier to sell because more people can afford it. So yeah, dupes are pretty cool in my eyes. I'd definitely take a look out for them if you want something cheap to wear, or you're just trying to cash out from a single large expensive hat. Half the time, to be honest, Outpost users don't even check for dupes, and there's no rules against specifying if it's duped or not, so in the end, it doesn't really matter. It can be a bit of an easy way to make profit if you're lucky. You can kind of get it cheap, sell it the normal price by being a bit sneaky and not actually specifying it's a dupe. But yeah, overall, I quite like them, and that'll be all. Thank you.
A big thank you to Travi and Woolen for both giving me a voice line for this video on such short notice. Once again, their links will be down in the description below, so do go and check out their channels. They make some really good content respectively. But that is just about it for this video, guys. I feel like we've covered just about everything. Do be sure to leave your opinions down below, along with anything else you think should be said about duped unusuals. And that is just about it, guys. So thank you again so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed, and peace.